know what is what.
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up.
This is Week of the Living Dead.
January 15th, 1978. Ted Bundy commits infamous murder and assault at the Chi Omega sorority house in Florida. Same day,
Wow.
the Dallas Cowboys defeated the Broncos at Super Bowl 12. Fuck the Broncos. The number one movie in 1978,
Watership Down.
Revenge of the Pink Panther.
Oh, that's a good movie.
Never seen it.
What? That's a good one.
I like the recent one with Steve Martin.
Hamburger?
Yeah. I would like to buy hamburger. I have in my pocket a couple of zing zing bars. I fucking love that movie.
Oh, I was wrong. I'm looking at I'm looking at Box Office Mojo. And it's by IMDb, and it says in 1978, I guess the highest grossing movie worldwide is Grease.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
All fucked up. What was the highest grossing animated film that year?
Watership Down, bro.
Watership Down, brother. Let me see.
Damn it, 3.5 mil.
Ask the question again.
Highest grossing animated film in 1978.
Some Disney movie, probably.
But they didn't like release movies like that because it took so long to fucking make.
What the hell am I looking at? I don't see it. All these lists only go to the 90s. They don't go beyond.
Wait, what? Then how'd you figure out Greece? What the fuck? That don't make no sense.
August 12th, 1978, during a preseason game against the Oakland Raiders. New England Patriot wide receiver
New England.
Daryl
Holy
Stingley sustained a spinal cord injury on a hit from Jack Tatum, leaving Stingley
The
quadriplegic.
assassin.
He died from complications in April.
Oh, fuck. Jack Tatum out here killing people.
What a fucking bummer fucking stat that was. Holy shit. Holy shit. Should we get into it? Should we get started?
Yeah. Start it up.
Hope you enjoyed our news segments called Facts That You Didn't Need to Know. Okay, Matt's struggling with that.
Breathe, brother.
Like you got all red. Oh shit. Fucking waterboarding yourself, bro. You need to relax.
I had water in my mouth.
Oh my god. All right. Welcome everybody. We are Cult of the Living Dead. Today we are covering Watership Down, the 1978 animated film. Just a quick reminder for first-time listeners and those returning, we are a movie podcast. We cover cult classics, B movies, and horror. None of us are academically trained in film review, but we all love movies. Just remember, these opinions are subjective. Thank you for joining us. Have a laugh with us and enjoy the ride. All right, so Watership Down. So the reason we chose this movie, I guess, is because the wheel decided. The wheel beckons.
We don't choose anymore. The will chooses for us.
Yeah.
The will beckons, the will giveth, and the will taketh away.
Praise be to He.
I guess at the end, we'll decide whether it giveth or it taketh away this week. But today, it graced us with Watership Down. So this movie was kind of infamous for looking like a cuddly animated film in the lights of like a Disney-ish type movie, but it is very much more of an adult, violent animated film. Not grotesquely violent, but the themes are definitely not something you would show a young child. Because I guess when the movie came out in the UK, they gave it a U, which is like the American equivalent of getting a G rating, which means it's good for general audiences, good for everybody.
Mhm.
And they didn't change it until like 2022, I think. It got or 2016.
Oh, damn.
It got bumped up to a PG. But for a long time, it was very much considered like a G-rated film, which it is not. So the movie was directed by Martin Rosen, but he technically left the movie like really early into it, and it was taken over by John Hubley. And this is John Hubley's directorial debut. So put that on the list. Another directorial debut. Lock it in.
Nice.
What is it, like number 5?
Yeah. Oh, it's up there.
Fuck. I feel we've done like 12 episodes and half of them have been directorial debuts.
Yeah. Definitely about half, maybe even more.
Hubley took it over. Hubley has done like a bunch of animated stuff. He's a big anime guy, but he's won 3 Oscars. He won one for The Whole, Moonbird, and I love this title, A Herb Alhurst and the Tijuana Brass Double Feature. These are like short animated films, and he won 3 Oscars. So
damn,
pretty cool.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it was.
Maybe we got to add those to the list.
It was written by Richard Adams, who also wrote the book. So this is based on a 1972 novel of the same name. He wrote the novel, and he also wrote the TV series. So they also made a TV series about this same book that was like 30 something episodes, and I think recently Netflix / the BBC just did like an updated version.
Nice.
Martin Rosen did some of the writing, but like I said, he left earlier. He's also known for directing Plague Dogs, which is also another violent animated film from this era. John Hubley did some writing, bunch of animated stuff, and Angela Marley. She's known for the story, The Slipper and Rose, the story of Cinderella, and The Little Prince. Also, oh no, my bad. Angela Marley did the music. And they have a song in here that's sang by Art Garfunkel from Simon and Garfunkel, which I thought was pretty random.
I saw that because I had the subtitles on and it said Garfunkel, and I was like, wait, is that is that the Garfunkel? That's kind of random.
I don't think there's another Garfunkel.
You don't know, bro.
I mean, he's got
You're
a pretty
right, I
unique
don't.
last name, but like, what are the odds of there being 2 famous Garfunkels?
And they're both musicians.
Yeah, he sings the one of the songs at the end called Bright Eyes. So the cast, we have Hazel, who's the main character, who's voiced by John Hurt. So John Hurt is known for being in the movie 1984, another movie based on a book. Alien, he plays Bishop, the robot,
Kane.
the Elephant Man, and Midnight Express.
Wait, he plays Kane. Isn't Bishop's forgetting the name of Bishop. He's the guy that gets the chest burster.
The first one?
Mm-hmm. He gets
First
chest bursted.
He's also stars in 1984. That's a pretty good movie. Fiverr, who is voiced by Richard Briers. He's in Much to Do About Nothing and the TV series The Good Life. Bigwig, voiced by Michael Graham Cox. He plays Boromir in the Lord of the Rings animated movie that came out also in this year, 1978. He's also in A Bridge Too Far. We have Captain Hawley, who's played by John Bennett. He was in The Pianist, and he had a small role in The Fifth Element. The Chief Rabbit, Ralph Richardson, Sir Ralph Richardson. He's the first actor to ever be made a Sir, which I thought was pretty cool. He's in Dr. Zhivago, Time Bandits, The Fallen Idol, and The Heiress. I've seen Dr. Zhivago is pretty popular. And then General Woundwort, who's like the main bad guy of this movie, is voiced by Harry Andrews. And then we have I don't know why they made this choice, Kahar, the like seagull, who does like that weird, like, he's like a Spanish accent voice. I don't know if he's supposed to be like Middle Eastern. He is voiced by Zero, I don't know if it's Zero Mastel, who this was his last role in this movie. I thought the voice acting in this movie was pretty good.
Yeah, it was cool for what it was.
I think British people are good at
talking.
Yeah. 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 Just to put it simply. All right. So I guess before we move on to getting through the movie, what is your guys' like first impression of this movie? Anything you knew about it coming in, or you guys just raw dogging it? You had no idea what happened or what this movie was even about. Let's start with you, Twan.
Well, I had no prior knowledge of this movie. Never knew that this movie ever existed until we were graced by the wheel. The only prior knowledge I have of it is when we watched the trailer, and it's a 3 minute and like it's like a 3 minute 30-second trailer, which is pretty long for a trailer.
A long ass trailer.
And it made the movie seem like it was just some like far out there animated film, kind of up there with like Fritz the Cat. Just like there was obviously going to be death and some what seemed like there was going to be like a hallucinatory scene. But yeah, I mean, after watching the trailer, I was more interested in it than just like hearing the title and not really knowing what it was about. But I mean, I was excited. I like adult animation. I like Fritz the Cat and fucking Happy Tree Friends and things like that, where they're made to seem like it's this childish kind of Disney style movie, but it's pretty violent. But yeah, I didn't really know anything about this movie before watching it for the pod.
What about you, Saya? You have any prior knowledge of this movie?
Zero prior knowledge. I also went in raw, and it was a wild ride. I had two like adult animation, like adult theme movies, but with like cartoons. And when you look at the trailer, this movie, for me, it brought up like old style animation. Like you guys ever watched Little Bear? I think it was on it was like PBS. Like it reminded me of like that old school PBS style animation, or maybe like if you watch Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, because that's one of the first animated movies. It's like that kind of animation, just real old school kind of animation. But yeah, no previous knowledge of this.
Yeah, same for me. I had some knowledge. Like the one thing that I knew about this movie is that it looks like a kids movie and it's violent, but like what happens in the movie or what the movie was even about, I had no prior knowledge to. I just knew that it was a violent movie that scarred a few generations of children because it's often played to young children because kids like cartoons, and this is not like a very like I don't know safe cartoon movie for kids. It's a little out there, but that was pretty much the extent of what I knew about this movie. But this movie is it's an interesting film.
Yeah, I feel like today's generation, though, they're a little bit more desensitized to violence and stuff like that. So I don't think it's going to be scarring any kids nowadays. You know,
No,
they
I
were
don't think so either.
a lot weaker minded back then. People were like throwing up during The Exorcist, like running out of the theater screaming, bunch of fucking pansies.
Well, they also didn't have the internet, you know what I mean? So like they
Yeah.
couldn't like the real world is often way scarier than the ones we make up.
True.
All right, should we start working through the movie? Because I think the beginning of this movie is pretty fucking wild.
I also saw that
Here we
the
go.
actress who played Heisenthal, Hannah
Uh-huh.
Gordon, she starred in Elephant Man, the other David Finch
Oh, nice.
movie that we still need to watch. David Lynch
Just-
movie.
She starred along John Hurt then.
John Hurt, yeah. John Hurt was an Elephant Man.
Well,
Damn.
maybe
That's
the
cool.
maybe
Crazy.
the will giveth.
Is it on? Is it on?
Yeah,
there?
it's
Oh,
on there.
Nice.
I think it is. I know Mulholland Drive is. I think after we saw Eraserhead, we just put a bunch of Lynch movies on the list because we're like, these movies are fucking weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, makes sense.
All right, so let's get started working through the movie because I feel like this movie is a little weird. At times it was a little I don't want to say hard to follow, but it has a lot of jargon. So the movie starts off with this creation story, and there's a couple instances in this movie where there's like this otherworldly instance that happens, and the way you can tell is that the animation style is different from the rest of the movie. So the movie kicks off with this creation narrative, where the narrator's talking about how there was the great, I think he says Fliff?
Yeah,
Frith.
Frith. The
Frith.
great Frith, who made the world, the stars, and all the animals. And one of the beings that he made was the Prince of Rabbits, Alofara.
El Aharaya. I can't even.
Alaharaya.
I'm
Yeah.
not even gonna try.
The language that was created, it sounds like a weird, like, maybe blend of I don't even know.
Some of the things are like a jumbling of English words, I feel like.
Yeah.
So the Prince of Rabbits, let's call him the Prince of Rabbits. He's talking about how he made the Prince of Rabbits. He has many friends, but the problem with the Prince of Rabbits is that all his rabbit buddies, like all his people, all his group, were reproducing too much. So the great Frith, the god, told him, like, hey, dude, you got to control your rabbits. You guys are getting out of control. And he said no. So as punishment, God gave abilities to all the other animals in the realm to make them crave and want to kill and eat rabbits. So he used that. So like he's like, there's like weasels, dogs, cats, all these like predatory animals that he names, and they all hunt rabbits. So he does that to help control the population because the prince didn't want to do it himself. So God goes to the prince and he's like, all right, prince, I'm going to give you your ability. And the prince was like afraid and he didn't want to talk to God because, he messed up. So he just shows him his butt and he's like, oh no, like, sorry, I'm stuck in this hole. You'll have to give your gift to my behind or whatever. So he gives him a big old fluffy white tail, super long legs. He makes him very agile, super fast, a good listener, and great at digging. And the god tells him, you're going to be hunted for the rest of your days. Your kind is always going to be hunted. And the one thing you're going to need to learn to do is to become cunning. That's kind of the way the movie pops off. After this like creation story, I was like, what the fuck are we watching? I don't know about you guys. What was your reaction?
It like starts out like Infinity War, like you see like the creation of like the stones and then it gets split out. And that's how all the different animals are created. I thought I don't know. I didn't think that there was so much lore in this movie. Yeah. Like random lore. Like, do we need all of that? But I mean, maybe we did because we see later on, like, kind of ties all together. But yeah, it was weird.
It was an interesting intro. I think they really showed off their animation chops though with this beginning sequence.
And yeah, I thought it looked really cool.
It felt like a live painting the entire time.
I don't know what that animation style is called. I probably should have looked it up. Because as Matt said, like the rest of the movie is more like your typical like Disney-ish, like Snow White, like Pinocchio style, like was that hand-drawn animation style, where this one is it looks more like a painting come to life. Yeah, I thought it was cool. It definitely I don't know what the right word is. I was just like change my perception, but it definitely I guess engaged me in a way that like I had an idea, as Twan said, after watching the trailer of what the movie was going to be about. And then watching this like creation story, I was just like, oh shit, this is weird. Like I didn't see this coming. Like, okay, where is this gonna go? Like as Say was saying, like it's super super lore heavy. And I wonder if that's because it's based on a book. So they did like a lore exposition in the beginning to kind of like set the tone for like some of the things that are gonna happen like later on in the film.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, probably.
But it felt like this era, if it's not made by Disney, had like a little bit more of like an experimental flair to like their storytelling. And I don't know what it is about like that. English writers, but I feel like a lot of them have this kind of connection to like God and creation stories. Because you see the same shit in, like the Chronicles of Narnia and fucking the Lord of the Rings and all that. They'll have like a religious backdrop on these like fantastical stories.
Or isn't the story? I read that the story is like supposed to be an allegory of like good and evil and like survival and all that stuff. So I guess I understand kind of why that's built into this story. And then I feel like Disney stories there are what are they called? The grim.
The grim. I don't know. I was gonna say Grim Fandango. That's all right. Brothers, Brothers Grimm.
Yeah, so those stories are more like situational based stories of like this is what you should and shouldn't do, whereas this one is like a bigger tale of like overall, life and death and all that shit. Whereas, I think Disney's a little bit more like hyper focused in their stories and what they tell.
After the creation story, we get introduced to the two main characters. So we see Hazel along with his brother Fiver, his younger brother Fiver. They're kind of sneaking around. I guess they're like their home, they're like territory. And Hazel makes a comment to Fiver saying that there's humans in the area. And we get introduced to I guess like the hierarchy within like the rabbit community. So we know that there's like a leader, and then there's like these captains or Oz. They live in an Oslo, and within those Oslos, there's different.
Yeah, Oslo.
Oslos.
I think the Ausla are the security. They're like
the Oslo are the security, right?
The police
guards.
force, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have the police force because they live in a borough. That's right. So the Oslo's like the police force, and nobody likes Fiver. They think he's a runt. They're like, this dude's fucking weird. Fuck this guy. But everyone likes Hazel. Hazel seems to be popular. So they're kind of picking on Fiver, and Hazel's like, "Hey, dude, fuck off." And then Fiver just starts like freaking out, right? So he has his vision of like a blood on the grass, and he goes, he's like, "Yeah, blood on the grass, the lake." He's like, "We gotta go talk to the chief, Hazel. We gotta talk to the chief. Fucking like our home's in danger." And I like how Hazel's like ride or die for his brother. He's like, "Yeah, fuck yeah, dude, I believe you." He's like, "All right, let's go talk to the captain." So then this is where they go and they meet their other homie, Bigwig. And it's still Bigwig, like, "Hey, dude, we got to go talk to the chief, the head guy." He's like, "For what?" He's like, "Oh, Fiver had this weird dream, says the borough's in danger." And this isn't the first time where he's seen the future and shit like this has happened before. So Bigwig's cool. He's like, "All right, cool. We'll let him go talk to the chief." Goes and talks to the chief. He's like this old ass fucking rabbit. I like how all the rabbits, like the chief rabbits, look old as fuck. And they're all mad fat. They're massive. I mean, I guess it makes sense, right? Because it's law of nature. The like big ass rabbit's the one that became in charge because probably just fucked up all the other rabbits. Because Bigwood's pretty big too, but he's not as big as the chief.
Yeah, the elder.
So they talk to the chief, and he's like, "Oh yeah," he's pretending to listen to him. And he's like, "Yeah, okay, well, I don't know, man. We can't really leave. Like it's mating season. Like you're kind of crazy." And he's like, "Well, I'll think about it." So then he leaves, and then you can hear him in the background talking to Bigwood. He's like, "What the fuck, dude? Why'd you send this crazy ass rabbit to come fucking talk to me?" So they know, they're like, "All right, the chief isn't gonna listen." But the other rabbits, it seems like Hazel and Fiver have like some kind of influence within the community because they believe him. So there's a group of rabbits who are like, "Hey, dude, I believe Fiver. Like, we should get the fuck out." And Hazel's like, "Yeah, we'll dip out too." And even Bigwig himself is like, "Yeah, dude, I believe you. Let's get the fuck out of here." And they're like, "All right, cool. We just we'll escape. And once we escape, we'll find like Fiver has like a vision of where they need to go. It's like a home on top of a hill or something. They say it's like a dry hill that overlooks everything. It's like, that's where our home is going to be. But we need to get the fuck out of here." So they agree. They leave. And while they're leaving, we do find out that Fiver was correct, that his vision shows that area where their burrow has been sanctioned off for land development. So man is going to come and they're going to destroy that land. Obviously, they'll kill the rabbits because you can't have rabbits burrow underneath where you're trying to build. So they dip out. They make their way through the forest. Bigwood comes through. He fucks up Captain Holly. Captain Holly tries to stop him, and Bigwood fucks him up. I like how like right when they see Holly, he's like, "You guys can't leave," and he's like, "Hey, dude, like you're the homie Holly, but if you don't leave right now, we're gonna fucking kill you, bro.
Yeah,
you need to get the fuck out of here." I was like, "Damn, dude, they like that escalated quickly. They went from being like, all right, we need to leave to like, oh, Holly's gonna prevent us. We're gonna kill this dude." They just kick his ass a little bit. They don't kill him, thankfully. and they dip out. And then this is where they kind of make their way through the forest, and they kind of have their first, I guess their first stroke of death. Because isn't this where? No, is it the next day where the one rabbit gets taken out by the hawk?
That's the next day.
That's the next day. Right? So this one,
Yeah.
they see that skunk that's got like the bloody mouth that just ate somebody, right?
Was that a skunk? I thought it was a badger.
Was it a badger?
Yeah, it's a badger.
Hmm.
Okay, because badgers and skunks to me look. Because
Yeah, it
that's
was
the white.
first the owl, then the badger.
I'm more racist, dude.
No, my bad. I need to watch more nature documentaries. That's right. First, it was the owl that they hide under the bush, escape the owl. Then the badger jumps out of the bush and tries like a fucking jump scare.
Yeah.
And they escape that. They get through the forest because they're like, we got to push through. Everyone's tired. They get to the edge of the forest, and then this is where they get to the river, right? And they cross on like that plank of wood.
Oh, it goes owl, then badger, then Lassie comes out of nowhere.
Oh, that's right. That fucking dog comes out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
dude.
Yeah.
They're like, there's a
There's just
dog
one
loose in
after
the woods.
another. It was just they were getting hunted that whole. I mean, they're rabbits, right?
Well, I guess it makes sense too, because like they're in the nighttime. Rabbits, I'm pretty sure, are daytime creatures, and they sleep in their burrows at night.
Yeah.
So then they're going into the forest outside of the protection of their burrow, and then nature just comes after them, dude, like immediately.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But there's some fucking. They escape Lassie by crossing the river on a plank of wood. You put the tired people on the plank of wood, which just so happens to be Fiver and Hazel. Everyone else is fine. Everyone else just like swims across, and they push them on the plank, and they make it. And that's kind of their first day out in the real world.
Yeah.
So what you guys think of the beginning? I thought it was pretty cool. It kind of set the tone. It was weird because I was like, okay, there's this weird creation story, and then we have this prophet, like weak rabbit guy, and then it starts off with being like, oh, this is going to be an adventure story.
Yeah.
These first like 20 minutes of keeping me on my toes because I had no fucking idea what was going on. What do you guys think of this like opening sequence? Well, I guess not opening sequence, but when we get introduced to Hazel, Fiver, and the rest of the crew, because they run deep. There's like what, 8 rabbits?
Yeah, there's like a small crew that just kind
There's
of
like a
mobs
group.
together. Dude, Fiver is a weird guy. Like, I understand why he gets bullied because he's just kind of like, I feel like throughout the whole
He gets bullied.
throughout the
I
whole
fucking
movie,
bully
man.
him.
Yeah, throughout the whole movie, he's just like, there's blood in the hills, and everyone's like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? Like, he
Yeah.
just starts tripping out like out of nowhere, like always just being trippy.
And when he has his prophecies, he's like spazzing on the floor, like
Dude.
seizing and shit.
I know. It's weird.
That's how Frith talks to him through his seizing episodes.
Matt, you said that you looked it up, and this is like this book was supposed to be like an allegory. Did it give any indication as to like why Fiver has like these like abilities? Because no one else has any abilities but him.
Nah, he's just a sick ass fool. He's just always
I
on
think
a
he's
sick
just
one.
hyper aware of his surroundings.
Oh, like he has ultra fucking
Like
animal
animal
instincts.
instincts. Yeah.
Oh,
because he's a fucking runt. He's like extra skittish.
That's the only
Yeah,
thing I
he's-
can really think of
because the runts always die. Like that's for sure death for the runt, but the fact that he's still alive means that he survived.
Clever.
Yeah, exactly. Like because otherwise he wouldn't be alive. He has to like adapt somehow or have some, heightened ability just to be able to, get through childhood, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. I guess it's like hyper instincts and shit. Like he doesn't see the future, but he's so good at predicting it by being so skittish, by being sketched the fuck out.
Yeah.
He's like got like crackhead powers. These are like tweaker abilities. Can never catch him.
Never catch him. So cunning, those tweakers.
Hey man, they can be. Oh man. But yeah, so up until this point, I was like, okay, cool. So at first I was confused. I was like, all right, creation story. What the fuck does this have to do with anything? And then we're like, all right, cool. We know that there's the mankind is pushing in on these rabbits like natural habitat. So now they have to move away. But part of the group doesn't believe them. So like, fuck it, we're dipping out on our own. I thought it was pretty interesting how, because this comes up again with the other rabbit communities, how they have the was the Oswalds or whatever. Oslos, like part of protecting the community is making sure that nobody leaves the community. Like, what was that all about?
That was yeah, that was kind of weird. I also think it depends on like the community that they were in. Like at that second burrow, like all those people, like, well, not people, all those rabbits were not good rabbits. They were very mean rabbits.
The second or because the second and the third were both pretty bad.
Yeah. The second. Wait, they didn't let him leave in that first one too, huh?
No, the first one they did let him leave. We'll get to it.
They didn't let him leave because the Osla guy tried to stop him. So he was trying to prevent them from leaving originally.
And the second one?
No, the first one.
Yeah, the first one. Yeah, the first one they didn't let him leave. The first one they were like very. I don't know. I don't know if it's just territorial towards like his group. That's like the chief's people, and he said you can't go, so you can't go. I thought that was pretty interesting because it comes up continuously, and like how their little rabbit society works. So the journey continues. So they make it to the next day successfully. They escape the dog. They cross the water, and they make it to like this farm. They make their way through a farm, and they come across, I guess, like where they kind of getting out of nature and into human territory because they come across a road. And what do they call the cars, Twan?
Rudidoo.
A Rudidoo. I like because it's Bigwig he's like, oh, that's like, what is this? Like, oh, that's a Rudidoo. That's a man machine. Don't worry about it. Like, it won't hurt us. I like when he's like, don't worry about it. It can't bother us. And there's like roadkill, like right next to them. There's like a dead skunk or badger or some shit. There's like taken out. And then Bigwig himself almost gets killed. And I like how he almost gets killed. He's like, see, nothing to worry about. All right, come on, guys. Let's go.
He's a brave one, that guy. He just stood in the middle of the road, just like this Harudidoo's not gonna hit me.
I do shit, dude. I'm fast as fuck, boy.
I feel like rabbits in the wild do that shit. Like they'll just like stand in the middle of the road. Because I remember driving up into the mountains and I've seen like wild rabbits just like chilling in the middle of the road while I drive by.
Well, they're showing their rabbit friends that it's safe to cross.
It is pretty wild because like I feel like a lot of animals do that. Like I don't know how many times I felt like I was gonna hit a pigeon, and then it just like flies off in the nick of time. It's like, what the fuck? I mean, I'm glad I did it. I don't want to clean pigeon off my tire, but it's like, Jesus Christ, like move.
Yeah.
I don't know, I guess it's just an animal thing.
Pigeons, man, they're a different breed. Street birds, those things.
They are streetwise. They're city folk, that's for sure. All right, so they make it through the farm, they cross the road, but then this is where we get our first casualty where Violet is taken by a hawk. It's pretty fucked up, and I thought it was a cool like the way they animated it was pretty realistic to like what I've seen in like nature documentaries. Because like the rabbits are just chilling. Violet so happens to like leave out of like the bush they were hiding under.
Yeah.
We see the hawk circle comes down, show the claws, and it like snatches her, but it's like silent. And she's just gone.
Mm-hmm. So
and I
quick.
like it's like super quick. And then I like I don't like, but then it's Hazel that sees Violet taken, right?
Yeah.
And then Hazel goes to the group. He's like, Violet's gone, guys. And like everyone just kind of mourns, like has a second of being like, oh fuck, that sucks. And then they just all kind of like move on. But it's like they do a good job of animating like all the rabbits looking like sad and mournful, I thought. I think it's one of the highlights. I think the animation is pretty good.
It is.
It happens like super fast though. So even though they have like a second or maybe like 30 seconds to mourn, and then they're like, all right, we got to dip.
And that's nature, right?
Yeah, it was. I felt like that reminded me that even though these animals like kind of act like human, they're still in the nature world, and so shit can pop off at any time, and you just gotta keep rolling, man. So I thought that was pretty. It was sad, but just keep going.
Yeah, keep on keeping on. So then after Violet's taken, they're like, well, we got to keep pushing forward because Fiverr is like, oh, we got to get to the city on the hill. No, that's another religious thing sitting on a hill. Interesting. Okay, and
Hmm.
then they get to a cemetery, and Hazel's like, "All right, cool, we'll kick it here, dude." And they're like, "What? No, this is a man place." They're like, "It's cool. They don't come here at night, so we'll kick it in here." So they go into like a tomb, right? And they're chilling in the tomb, and then like a gang of rats just comes and they just start battling rats out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I like how they managed to sneak in, and there's like a white owl that's just posted. And like he's just like whatever's about it, and it's not until the them and the rats start beefing it that the owl decides to like get into the mix. But I thought this was fucking wild because these fucking rats look mad vicious. And I didn't know rats were the. Do you think the rats are being territorial or the rats are trying to eat the rabbits?
I think the rats are just being rats, man. They're just being annoying and like ratty.
Annoying and ratty.
Yeah. It's just they're doing rat things.
And they do
Like,
come out of the shadows and fucking jump them.
it's crazy. Like rats are just so looked down upon. Even rabbits hate rats.
Mm-hmm. Rats hate everybody. The rats are like the mosquitoes of the animal world.
Yeah, I agree with that. Pests.
Pests. There you go. So they have their little gang war with the rats. They escape the tomb, and then they the day kind of ends with them being rained on, and everyone's like having their doubts, like, oh man, we fucked up. Like, should we go back? Like, I don't think this is a good idea. Like, we'll be punished. Like, yeah, but it's better than being out here. And this is where Hazel kind of takes control, right? And he like rallies the troops. He's like, dude, Fiver's right. We got to go forward. We got to keep moving. We can't go back. Our home's not going to be there anymore. Like, we got to keep going. Is this where Bigwig like basically says like, Hazel, you're our chief, like we'll follow you? Or does that happen later?
I think it was this part because after this they're like so much more united.
Yeah, that's right. That's when they like all because Bigwig's like the fighter of the group, right?
Yeah, he's the
He's
security.
the muscle.
He's
Yeah,
the muscle. There you go.
But then Hazel's like the negotiator, I guess. So he's the leader because he's very charismatic. And they all decide like, all right, cool, we're gonna follow Hazel. Hazel rallies the troops together. Bigwig's like, you got my vote. Like, I got your back no matter what. Like, I'm following you. Fiver's like just being all fucking tripped out the whole time. But he's ride or die with his brother Hazel. And then they come across, so they decide to push forward. And it's because it's raining that they decide to enter the other castle, the rabbit castle, with that other like weird ass tripped out like shady ass looking rabbit.
Cowslip.
Cowslip.
Cowslip. So they come across this other rabbit cowslip, and I thought this part was a fucking trip because I couldn't like figure out what were the rabbits trying to do.
What do you mean?
Because they invite them in, right? They feed them, and they're like, yeah, we got plenty of like open burrows you guys can sleep in. Like, just take your pick. And they're Hazel's kind of like, this is weird, dude. Like, where are all the other rabbits? Like, why are they giving us all this food? How do they have all this food? And they're like, oh, we get it from like the farmer. He just throws it out and we eat the scraps. And he's like, that's pretty weird. He's like, where is everybody? And he's like, what's that smell? It smells weird in here. It smells like a man. So he's like, they're having interactions with humans. So he's like, this place is sketchy. Like, we don't have to be here. And the guy who's like inviting them is like, he's being kind of weird. I feel like he's acting kind of sketchy.
Yeah.
And even when he's like whispering with his other rabbit buddies. But I don't understand, like, what were the rabbits trying to do? Like, were they trying to lure them into a trap? Like, what do you think was going on with that group?
I think it was a trap. I had initially thought I was instantly I was like cannibal rabbits. They're trying to lure them in and eat them.
Damn, that would have been wild.
Yeah, I mean, going by the trailer, I was like expecting crazy stuff to happen. I mean, crazy stuff did happen, but that's where my mind went initially when we were shown this scene. I was just thinking like these fucking rabbits lure other rabbits in and just eat them.
I was wondering if, like, because later Bigwig, like, they say like Hazel says, fuck this, like, we're not staying here. And Bigwig goes with them. And then Bigwig gets caught in a rabbit snare.
Mhm.
And because Fiverr believes that burrow's doomed, right? He's like, this burrow's doomed. If we stay here, we're gonna die. Like, we need to get the fuck out of here. We need to find that like house upon the hill or whatever. Like, we can't be here. Fiverr has like another like trip out moment.
Yeah.
Is this where he first mentions the black rabbit, or is that later?
I'm trying to
Black
look at my
rabbit.
notes. I think he mentions the black rabbit later on.
Okay, because the black rabbit seems to be like at some point he's like kind of like death, I guess.
Yeah.
Like if you meet the black
Oh,
rabbit,
yeah.
it's your time to go. I forgot
Mhm.
to mention, and then the trickster rabbit. What was his name? Not Castly, was it?
Cowslip?
Cowslip. He tells them that rabbits need to be use dignity and not tricks, and then he gives them that creepy ass poem about like embracing death.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's when everyone's like, that's when they're like, oh, this is kind of weird. Like, we need to
Yeah.
get the fuck out of here. So then they escape, and then Bigwig gets caught up. Fiverr manages, along with Hazel, to save, or is it just Fiverr that saves Bigwig, where they dig out the spike and then they chew it off?
It's
Yeah,
it's like
Fiverr.
yeah, it's Fiverr and Hazel. I think they work together, right?
It's like a group effort,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, to get the snare off of Bigwig.
Damn,
I didn't realize that's what snares do.
yeah, it just chokes them out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think that while you're struggling, it gets tighter.
Hmm.
That was
Yeah.
fucked up. That looked
Yeah.
pretty realistic. I was like, oh, what happened? I was like, no way, Bigwig. I was like, oh, Bigwig was tight. I
Yeah.
was like, damn, Bigwig dies, and then I put like, and like, oh, never mind, he lived.
Dude,
I just put JK.
same. That's funny. I was like, damn, Bigwig, R.I.P.
I
Wait
was
a
like,
minute.
damn, he was the fucking
What
down
a
when he
twist.
was down for the cause.
Yeah.
So Bigwig gets caught, they save him, and then they kind of dip out. So what I was thinking is, do you think these rabbits, we're gonna invite them in to like buy themselves more time? Because they said that like there's traps all along this burrow. So eventually, though, they would let the new rabbits go out to get food and stuff to like earn their keep, and they
Yeah.
would get to live a little longer. Because every time they left the burrow, their chances of dying was higher. That's what
Yeah.
I got after that. Like, because like, what was their alternative motive? Like, why were they honeypotted them with all those carrots? But like, what were they trying to do? Like, why were they trying to keep them there? What did they need them for?
I think
that's a pretty
maybe yeah,
guess.
the one thing I can think of was that they would lure in other rabbits, so then the farmer could catch those rabbits and they would still be alive. Like, they would just bring in new people, so then those people would get sacrificed. And this old group of rabbits were just still living off of whatever scraps the farmer would put in there.
Yeah, that's what it felt like, huh?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
pretty fucked
either
up.
way, it was weird. I too also thought they were going to be like cannibal rabbits. That would have been crazy.
Yeah.
That would have been crazy.
Yeah, but this was still.
And that's a pretty smart farmer, though, to use rabbits to lure other rabbits in.
I don't know if he knew that he was luring other rabbits. Maybe he was just setting up that trap and he was just murdering rabbits. And he was like, my traps are working. He didn't even think that other rabbits were luring in rabbits for him. Like a symbiotic relationship kind of thing.
Yeah.
Well, I think because they were taking his carrots, he's like, fuck, there's a burrow of rabbits that are eating up my farm. So he sets up all these he figures out where the burrow is, sets up all these traps around it. And he's like, all right, cool. I'll just start killing the rabbits. So most of them started dying because his traps are working. So then they're like, all right, cool. We'll bring in more rabbits to buy ourselves some more time. But like, how the fucking farmer know that, I guess? But he was getting a bunch of rabbit meat, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of rabbit stew being eaten. Have you guys ever tried rabbit?
No. I'd
Maybe
assume
once.
I'd assume it'd be like guinea pig, because I tried guinea pig in Peru. And it was like tender. Have you tried it?
Yeah, when I was in Malta, I had this like pasta that was made with rabbit meat, and then they made the sauce with the rabbit fat.
Ooh.
That shit was amazing. I was like, I've never had anything that tasted like that before. It was really good. I've been chasing that high ever since. So they escape this cannibalistic rabbit group, and they make it to another farm. And Hazel and is it Silver are the ones that search the farm to kind of see what's what?
It's I didn't write it. I didn't write his
I
name
didn't write
down,
it down
but
either.
yeah, Hazel just wants to go to the farm on a duo mission.
Yeah, they go on a side quest real quick.
Yeah,
They go check out the farm.
for the women.
Yeah, for the women. Hazel sees like, all right, there's a tied up dog, and they see these captured rabbits, and then Hazel just goes into fucking Mac Daddy mode. This dude just starts spitting game, bro. I was like, damn, Hazel's got mad game. He's like, what's up, girls? What you guys doing in this cage? Oh, word? You guys want to get out? You want to come with me? And he tells the other homie, he's like, hey, you're gonna fuck me up, so you keep watch. I got this. So he chats him up, and they're like, hey, wait, what's up? But then the cat shows up, right? And kind of fucks up their plans.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I like how they made the cat look. It's like a vicious tiger. It's
Yeah,
just
the-
a fucking house cat.
I mean, it must feel that way if you're like
Yeah.
an animal. They
I'm
say
sure.
House cats are the most effective hunter. The only problem,
It's this tiny little cat in like, I forgot where it's at, but it has like a 60% kill rate.
that's wild.
Yeah.
I know they
It's-
said the same thing about house cats. That house cats in general are really good at killing shit, since they're just so small.
Yeah. Makes sense.
So I like how the cat shows up, and then Hazel immediately just starts like talking shit to him. He's like, he's not backing down. He's like, fuck you, cat. You can't touch this. And then this is where we get introduced to the Black Rabbit legend. And I think the Black Rabbit is supposed to be like the spirit of the prince, right?
yeah,
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Because is it Fiverr who talks about it? Or is it Captain Holly that talks about it? Because they meet up with Captain Holly and he's all fucked up.
it's Fiverr because Fiverr's always tripping out.
Yeah, Fiverr talks about like the legend of the black cat, and then because this sort of kind of insinuated that it's about death. Because I don't know if it was Bigwig or Hazel that's kind of like, nah, we're not. But like when he comes, we'll be ready for him, but he's not coming like anytime soon or something like that. I think it's sort of kind of like, oh, okay, like if you see this cat, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
Then Captain Holly shows up. He's all scratched up, his ears all beaten up, and he's telling them that Fiverr was right. That that man came with their bulldozers and shit, and they suffocated the rabbits. It basically like filled in all the holes, and they couldn't get out. And
Yeah,
he's
that's
like,
a crazy scene.
that was wild, dude. I was like, damn, what a fucking way to go out. That was fucked up. He's saying like all man loves to do is destroy. And they're like, fuck, we should have listened. And Captain Holly was the only one who gets up. And then we know that he's fucked up because he said that he went to another burrow, right?
hmm
And then when he escaped is how he got all fucked up. Like they chewed off part of his ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't look this up, but do rabbits really do shit like this? Like, is this a common like rabbit practice in nature? Do you guys know?
That's what I was thinking too, because like the rabbits are pretty like violent against each other.
Yeah, they're
like,
brutal.
Yeah, they like murder each other all the time. I thought rabbits were always just like chill creatures. You know, when I think of
all
rabbits,
I thought about rabbits, yeah, they're docile and they like to fuck.
Yeah.
yeah,
Same.
yeah,
I didn't know that they were this vicious, but I mean, I
Yeah,
can
they're
see
brutal.
it in like most of the animal kingdom is pretty
Brutal.
vicious.
Yeah, nature is pretty brutal.
I guess Bugs Bunny kind of dominates like Wile E.
Everybody?
Coyote and like and everybody in like multiple ways. I mean, I guess that's taking to
He's
the
cunning.
the most like
cunning.
extreme of like imaginary kind of thing, but I guess I could see it.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting because it comes up multiple times, like especially when we meet Woundwort. Like he's like super brutal. Well, we
Yeah.
meet him right now, right? Because then we kind of it switches scenes from Captain Holly. And I think this is supposed to relate to us that this is where he came from, because after he talks about how he got fucked up, it switches to the female rabbit Heisentley.
Mhm.
The names are wild.
Yeah,
Heisentley
with the-
talking to General Woundwort, telling him like, "Hey, dude, like some of the female rabbits, some of the does were not able to give birth because there's too many rabbits and there's not enough people, so we're not gonna have any kids, and like we want to have kids. Can we start another colony? Like we'll still be part of this colony, but we'll just be further down the road or whatever, so we can have room to produce, have another burrow. And Warwhoop is he's like, nah, you can't do that. Like nobody's leaving the burrow, everyone's gonna stay here. We have like plenty of space or whatever. But it looks like they're suffering from overcrowding too. This is where Warnwood like tells his captain guy, he's like, all right, keep an eye on her because she's up to something. And then it flips back. So we kind of know like, okay, that's going to be the end game. So then it flicks back to Hazel and his group. And then this is where we get introduced to Kahar, the seagull, who's like hurt his wing. And they're like, all right, cool. We're going to help him out. And he talks about how he got jumped by a cat. And they're like, all right, cool. We'll help him. And we'll bring him back to health. And he's going to be our homie. And all I wrote about Kahar is like, what fucking accent is this guy speaking with?
I thought it was Russian.
I kind of thought it was Russian too. Yeah, some type of Eastern European.
Yeah,
that's what it's. And then I was like, is it because he's like a different species? So it's like a bird. So like this is his broken rabbit.
Oh,
or is it trying to that birds are stupid?
The cat, the cat speaks to the rabbit later on in like perfect English.
So maybe it's because they're mammals. Bird.
I think it's because the bird lives over by the ocean.
By the ocean.
Lives by big water.
So he's different.
He's different culture.
He's from another place.
Another region.
Right. Mm-hmm. That's why he says he's from big water.
Big water. Big ocean.
Big water.
Big blue. So they help out the homie Kahar. They nurse him back to health. And like Kahar's like, he's like, talk to them. They finally get to their hill. They finally get to their place. It's a pretty nice spot. I guess like this hill is in the area of Watership Down, and that's why it's called Watership Down. So Watership Down is a place, and that's where the rabbits end up.
That wasn't described in the movie.
It wasn't at all. I saw this afterwards. So I was like, what the fuck is like, what is this name have to do with with a bunch of rabbits going on an adventure? Like nothing happened. I guess they go on a boat at one point, but like, why is it called Watership Down?
They should have told us this for the American viewers.
They should have. We're not as sophisticated as you Brits.
I don't think it's a sophistication thing. It's more of like a regional thing. It's like if we made a movie about rabbits and called it fucking San Gabriel Valley.
Oh yeah.
Like what the fuck?
No shit, huh?
Rosemead. Like,
Anaheim.
Anaheim.
Why the fuck is this movie called Anaheim?
That's funny.
Rancho Cucamonga.
Cucamonga. This is San Dimas. All right, and I like how they nurse the seagull back to health, and he just starts talking shit. He's like, "Hey, where all your bitches at? You guys got no bitches.
Got no maidens."
He's like, "Where the does at?
Maidenless."
And then
where the does at?
Where the does at? And then it's Hazel and Bigwig are talking, right? And they're like, all right, we have a bird homie. He kind of owes us one. What if we make him fly out and he goes and he finds us some does? And then we could get those does and we bring them back to our burrow, and then we'll have a spot. And they go to him, and it doesn't really take much convincing because Kahar kind of had the same idea. He's like, all right, I'll fly, I'll find you guys some does, and then I'll bring them back. And they're like, oh, I mean, that's a great idea if you want. I mean, wow, that'd be awesome. And he's like, all right, cool. So he takes off. But I guess he's been gone for a while. So like, hey, dude, I think that dude went back to big water. I don't think he's coming back. So then Hazel's like, all right, fuck it. Me and the other homie, we're going to go on a mish. We're going to go. I know where there's some does at. We're going to go to the farm and get them farm does. So they go back to the farm.
White does.
He's like, keep a fucking... Yeah, get some snow bunnies. He's like, keep a lookout, and I'm gonna fucking break out these rabbits. So they go and they start chewing up the latches, which is wild. Aren't those made out of metal?
They
It's
are
just-
made out of metal, aren't they?
Yeah, they just fucking chew through them, dude. It's like iron and shit. They're like, no problem. They chew
Rabbits,
through the
man.
latches. But then is it the cat catches them, right?
The cat catches Hazel. Yeah.
Yeah, because they drop the cat comes, they drop the lid, it alerts the farmer. The rabbits book it. The cat catches Hazel, and then while he's in escape, he gets blasted.
Mhm.
He gets
Yeah.
blasted, then the cat catches him, right?
Oh no, the
No,
cat
no,
catches
no.
him way later at the end.
Oh, that's way
Yeah.
later.
Yeah.
So this is time he just gets shot.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets shot
Hazel
by the
got shot.
farmer. Yeah, he gets blasted in the leg. The other homie gets away, but they don't get any does. They capture the does in time, bring him back to the farmhouse, and then Fiverr feels that his brother's like in danger, and he sees like the black cat, and he's like tripping
Yeah.
out, he's like hallucinating. Oh, the black rabbit, my bad. And he follows the black rabbit, who's just like bouncing around in like the forest and shit, and it takes him right to where his brother is. You see him like in a pipe, and he's all bloody and shit. He saves his brother. Fiverr is actually pretty useful. He's just fucking skittish as fuck.
I mean, I'm not saying he's not useful. I just get why he's like bullied throughout the whole movie. Like he's a weird guy. Like he does some weird things, you know?
Oh, dude, he's hella weird. Like he literally starts hallucinating and follows the hallucination to like its
He rides that
destination.
high.
He just rides it. He just like fucking takes a sip of some ayahuasca and he takes a walk in the desert.
I feel like Fiverr's that kind of guy that will come up to you in a party and be like, "Do you know how you want to die?" And then you're like, "No, dude, leave me alone." Just a
What kind
weird
of fucking
guy.
parties are you going to, man?
Just-
I just like this conversation is literally killing me. Oh my god, yeah, that's wild. Dude, has somebody asked you that at a party?
You know how you're
So the
gonna die.
next party you invite me to, Matt, just put me down for a no. How do you want to die? What?
No, do you know how you're gonna die? Do you
Oh,
want to know? Do you want to know how you're gonna die? I feel like that's the shit Fiverr would say because he sees the future.
All right, so fucking Fiverr does the homie move, saves his brother, and then the bird comes back and he's like, "All right, cool. I found you guys some does." They're at Ephrafa,
The farfa.
Ephrafa. And then Holly's like, "Fuck that, dude. I've been to Ephrafa. That's where they fucked me up." He's like, "You don't want to go to Ephrafa. If you try to escape, they like chew off your ears, and if you try to do it again, they'll chew off your other ear and they'll fuck you up, and they'll make sure you can never escape."
Have you guys ever seen a rabbit without ears? Do those?
I feel like I've seen rabbits with fucked up ears before, but I always assumed that they escape from a predator or something.
Hmm.
I don't-
Hmm.
I haven't seen too many rabbits out in the wild.
I wonder if biting rabbits' ears like messes up their hearing.
That's
'Cause I
got
think-
to.
Isn't like the they're so big because they collect a lot of sound, right? Is that how,
Yeah,
is
think
that
so.
how it works?
I'm
I
pretty
don't know how it
sure.
works. So I wonder if biting them just like fucks up their like sound.
That's got to, right? Because bats have big ass ears and they only do echolocation, so it's got to help like capture sound waves or something.
So just like
Just hindering each
handicapping
other.
Yeah, just handicapping damn
Pretty much.
Savage.
That's fucked up.
savage
Rough out
rabbits.
here being a rabbit.
For real. I had no idea.
All right, so then they come up with this plan like we're gonna go to Ephrafa.
Ifrafra.
They're gonna go to fucking Woundwart's fucking spot. And
That's not any better.
yeah, it's not a.
I don't think you've even introduced Wound War yet.
Yeah, I introduced him when Heisentlith
Oh
asked him
yeah.
if she could leave, and he's like, no. So they go.
Mer.
They cross train tracks and a bridge to get to his territory, and they immediately start getting chased by like another group of rabbits. They manage to escape, and then this is when Bigwig's like, "All right, cool, don't worry about it. I'm gonna go off my own, Hazel, and I'm gonna infiltrate the this place. And he's like, what are you gonna do? He's like, I'm gonna join up. And then Captain Holly's like, don't do it, man. Like, you're big wig, but you're not nearly as big as the general. Bigwig's like, I ain't tripping. I'm gonna fucking do this. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna come out, it's all gonna work. He's like, so I'm gonna go in there, I'm gonna talk to the female rabbits, I'm gonna convince them to leave, and then you're gonna meet me back here at the bridge with the fucking with Kahar, and we're gonna get out of here, and Kahar will leave us down to the river. And they're like, sweet, we'll get there. Because when they're at the river, they see a boat, and that's when Kahar's like, oh, that's a boat. That's a man thing. He uses it to float on the water. And they're like, oh, cool, I guess we'll use a boat. So that's part of their like great escape.
Yeah.
They're gonna boat down a river. So Bigwig gets there, and the general Woundwort is like, well, what do you want to do? Why do you want to join us? He's like, well, I'm big. I'm a good fighter. I used to be in Oslo at another borough. And Moon's like, all right, cool. Yeah, I'll let you join. I like how he immediately said, cool, you're in Oslo now. Pick a borough, any dough you want. She's yours. Just go have your pick of the litter. Welcome to the group, man. I was like, damn, dude, no wonder why fucking nobody wants to leave. Woundwort's over here just hooking everybody up. But no one's
like
allowed.
Negan.
Yeah, he's like exactly like fucking Negan. He is like fucking Negan. Because he doesn't like killing people. He's like, at first he's like, I'm gonna fucking bite their ear off, and next he's like, I'm gonna fucking blind him. I'm not gonna kill him, but I'm gonna fucking blind him. It's all about punishment.
Yeah.
We find out no one's allowed to leave. Bigwood, then we see the that other rabbit that looks all fucked up. And then like they like punk him, they're like, tell him why you're always here greeting us. He's like, oh, I keep trying to escape. So now my punishment is to like basically be an example to everybody of like what happens when you try to escape. So he greets everybody when they go outside to like feed, right? He's like, this is what you do now. I was like, damn, that dude got fucked up. That dude got Negan for sure.
Yeah.
But then he comes up to Heisentley and he tells her the plan. And he's like, oh, she's like, oh, I don't know. He's like, don't worry about it. We'll get you out. Like, I got people waiting for you. You guys can join us. And she's like, oh, I don't know about you, but she also says she had like a vision that like going with them would be safe. So she's also like got 5 abilities. So they're like, all right, cool. He meets up with Kahar. He tells Kahar the plan, and Kahar is a fucking idiot, dude. This dude does not shut the fuck up. He's like, yeah, I know how to be fucking sneaky. And he's just fucking shouting at the top of his lungs like the entire time.
Yeah, for real. That dude's hilarious.
He is he's not the smartest. Well, did you talk about how he knows about gunshots though? And like how he helps clean up Hazel?
I think I missed that. What happened with that one?
When Hazel's been shot, the I'm forgetting his name. Kahar comes back and he's like, you got to get the black stones out of him. The black stones. Once you get the black stones out, he'll be okay. And so Kahar's like pulling out the buckshot from Hazel, like basically healing him. So he's smart in some ways, but he's just not in others.
Yeah,
like his like sneak is at 0, but his like his intelligence is like kind of high.
It just dawned on me right now, but it does make sense because he's a fucking seagull, and seagulls are loud as fuck.
Yeah, yeah, they're loud. They're fucking loud animals.
That probably was him whispering. It's just shouting.
Yeah. He's just a shout talker.
He's a fucking squawker.
Yeah.
My. Fucking Kahar. That's right. I forgot that he knows how to take the bullets out.
Yeah.
But Kahar's like, fuck it, all right, cool. I'll go. I'll wait for you by the bridge. I know the plan, even though I kind of burned you out because Warren like immediately was like, what the fuck? Why is Bigwig talking to a fucking bird? So he's like super suspicious. So he tells his one of his captains, he's like, hey, keep an eye around him. And he tells Bigwig too, he's like, if you're lying to me, dude, I'm gonna fucking blind you. And Bigwig's like, dude, you're tripping, I'm cool, don't worry about it. And then immediately he's like, oh, fuck that guy, because we're leaving in the morning anyways before everyone wakes up.
Yeah.
So they dip out, they make it to the railroad. Kahar's again being an idiot, like walking to the wrong side of the road while they walk right past him. But he does come through at the nick of time while Warnwort and them are is fighting Bigwig. And he comes down and he fucking attacks Warnwort. and it gives them the time they need to escape. And they manage to jump down the river. They chew off the rope, take the boat, and boom, they go down to their new burrow. And then Khar's like, all right, cool, I did my part, guys. I'm going back to the big water. See you guys later. But I like how he's like the homie now, because like, don't worry about it. It gets cold in the winter, so I'll be back. This is gonna be my new vacation spot.
Yeah.
So Khar's a friend for life. What did you think of their great escape and like his first fight with Woundwort?
I mean, it came to a cool climax. I mean, I don't know if is this the end? Did we get to the end?
No, there's one more section.
One more section, yeah. I mean, there's so much happened. I did have one question though. Like, why were all the rabbits in Wormwort's like burrow? Why did they all have blue eyes?
Just different species.
That's what I was thinking. Because Hazel is kind of like a skinny, kind of like a jackrabbit almost. I feel like. And then Wormwort is like a fat, thick boy. He's fucking big, dude. He's like twice the size of Bigwig, and Bigwig's like the biggest of them. I don't know. Maybe just so the audience can differentiate between which is Woundwort's.
Duh.
Because
these are all fucking rabbits.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to think, did the second burrow, the creepy guys, did they have any factors that made them look different from Hazel's group?
They were just shaped weird. Like they were like big but
skinny, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe they were jackrabbits.
And they had a lot of lines on them, like old people lines, you know, like
wrinkles.
Like yeah, like their faces were just really full of lines.
And they were all the same shade of brown too.
Mm-hmm. They all look the same.
That's right.
I guess in this one, in Woodward's spot, they also all look the same as well, because they're like dark. What are they? Dark gray?
They're dark gray, charcoal with blue eyes.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention, but Woodward's huge and he has one eye that's blinded, so you know he's been through some battles. He's battle tested.
Got that milky eye.
He does have that milky eye. I like
river blindness.
Woundwort, the guy who voices him, has like a very like commanding, like evil voice.
Yeah,
sounds very intimidating.
Who did it? Harry Andrews.
Yeah, Harry Andrews. And he's like, "I'll blind him." I'm like, "Oh shit, he ain't fucking around." So then we come against the final climax, Twan. This is where the general tracks them to their burrow. And this is where we have our fucking this is our Luke Skywalker versus Darth Vader moment. Not really at all, because Hazel actually doesn't really fight anybody. But they're like, but they know, they're like, all right, they're coming. So then Hazel comes up with a plan. He's like, all right, dig yourselves in. It's gonna take them a while to get to you guys. Hold off while you can. I got a plan. So this when Hazel goes back to the fucking he goes to negotiate with Wormwood first, right? And Wormwood's like, all right, I'll negotiate with you, because he thinks Bigwig's the chief. He's like, go tell your chief it's either surrender or die. Those are your only options. So he's like, fuck it, I'm gonna go back. Hazel's like, all right, so this way ain't gonna buy it. He doesn't want to negotiate. We're going to war. We're gonna burrow ourselves in, lock ourselves in defensive positions. And he decides he's going to go fucking back to the farm to the released dog, and he prays to Frith. And he tells Frith, "I'll give my life for the safety of my companions." And I like how Fritz told him, he's like, that's cool, man. Like that's really noble of you. But plenty of beings have offered to do the same thing, and just because you're willing to die for your people doesn't mean that your people are gonna survive. I was like, oh, damn, that's pretty poignant out of nowhere. Like, he's like, yeah, like, that's cool, man. You can pray to me all you want, but, you know, everyone does. Like, your prayers aren't going to save you. You have to save yourself. So that's when he's like, all right, fine. And he comes up with a plan, because Fiverr starts freaking out. And he's like, there's a dog loose in the woods. There's a dog loose in the woods. And he's like, fuck yeah, Fiverr. Hold that seizure real quick. I got to go get me a dog. Then he takes off back to the farm with his homie. Is it the same guy that he keeps bringing with him back to the farm?
I mean, probably.
Yeah, I think so. That him and
Isn't it Silver?
Silver.
Silver
Yeah.
and Highland.
Highland?
Heisenflay.
Oh no, Silver is or is
Flay.
Silver the guy who kept getting fucked up for escaping?
No, Silver was his homie that
Silver's his
originally
homie,
went
right?
with him to the farm in the
farm.
beginning. Yeah, on the duo mission.
So this is duo mission number 3. They get back and he's like, we're gonna release the dog, and we're gonna make the dog follow us all the way back to the burrow. So they go on this mission, and in the meantime, Mormon breaks into the compound. And I like how the guy who's been tortured by him tries to do like a sneak attack, and Wormwood just like wrecks him immediately.
Yeah.
Like he just shreds his fucking throat. I was like, oh shit. I was like, damn, Wound Warrior ain't fucking around. And so it slips back to Hazel. He's getting the dog loose. He gets it loose, and they do like a relay in order to get the dog to follow them. The general starts fighting Bigwig, and I like how Bigwig's like, yeah, I was trying to impress you before. Are you impressed? Because it's a pretty good fight. Bigwig's getting his licks in. He's fucking up the general pretty good.
Yeah.
But the general seems to have the upper hand. He is a little stronger than Bigwig. But Bigwig ain't backing down, which I think was pretty cool. Bigwig was fucking down for the cause. The fucking the dog gets there, starts fucking wrecking the rabbits. He just like murders like 3 right off the bat, dude.
It's so vicious. It's crazy.
It's fucking wild.
You hear back inside, the general is still fighting, and then you just hear screams outside, and the general's like, "What the hell's going on?" He goes out there, and it's just like a
Big ass hound dog.
Yeah, just huge hound dog, just massacring all of his soldiers. That was crazy.
The general earned my respect because he sees that, and he's like, "What are you guys running from? There's nothing to be afraid of. Ain't afraid of no dog." And he sees the dog, and he just fucking goes after him, dude. And then it's like, oh, no one knows what happened to the general, if he beat the dog or if he's alive somewhere or not. I'm like, damn, the general was fucking down, dude. He didn't give a fuck. And then it cuts back to Hazel. He gets caught by a cat, and you're like, oh fuck, that's it. Hazel's done, because the cat's like, well, let's see you escape from this one. But then you hear a human voice that basically tells the cat to like let go of Hazel. It fades to black. It comes back. Hazel's an old man. And then he sees the prince, the black rabbit. And he's basically like, oh, I want to invite you to my burrow. I think you've had a good life. And he's like, I think I'd like that. And then he like lays down, and Hazel dies. And then that's the end of the movie.
Watership Down.
Wild ride. This movie was a fucking adventure, dude.
Yeah. It was interesting. Wasn't what
cool.
I expected.
It wasn't what I was expecting at all. I thought it was a pretty good adventure story being told using like anamorphic animals, I guess.
Yeah.
But it was cool. What'd you guys think of the last scene, the climax of the fight, and kind of, I guess, how they wrap up the story, the overall ending?
It was cool. I liked I feel like the final, like the great escape to the final battle, like it was pretty action packed considering it was like an animated film, but it had its like points of tension, and I didn't think that they were going to make it. I really thought that the general was going to kind of dominate everybody and they were going to be too late, but good prevailed over evil that day. And I like the way it ended. I also thought it was really interesting that it did mention in like a voiceover, after you see the general, or after the dog attacks the general, it says that the general's body was never found, and the story of the general was told to the children to make sure that the children followed the rules, otherwise the general would come for them.
Yeah, became like a boogeyman.
Yeah, so I thought it was cool that even within this world that already has its own lore, they're building new lore around like the things that are still going on. So I also like that too. I like that the world building in this movie was really well done. And you mentioned before, like it was all based off a book, so it makes sense. But I like small details like that.
Agreed. I thought that was pretty cool. Like I said, like the general was a bad guy, and he was like, pretty stereotypical. Like he does things like, oh, this guy's an asshole. He's a bad guy. But he did kind of gain my respect at the end because he was about it, dude. He went out fighting. Like he didn't like usually in these movies, like they cower away at the very end, and he was like, nah, fuck that. He's like, I'm gonna take out this fucking dog then. That was pretty cool. What do you think, Twan?
It was a cool end to the movie. This is probably the most brutal that the movie gets. With all the death that happens, and it's very in your face with the gore, the animated gore, and like the blood and the dog tearing into the rabbits. It was a good end to the story, and then we got that whole little segment with like the what is it, the spirit? I forgot what his name is.
Black Rabbit.
Yeah, guiding Hazel to the afterlife, essentially. It ended on a what do you call it? Like it was a happy ending. We got to see Hazel. We didn't get to see Hazel grow old, but we saw him die of old age, which everyone wants to die, right? You just want to die of old age in your sleep. So it was a good ending. I liked it.
And I like how they show like because in the background you see like the other rabbits and you see the little bunnies, and like you see that the burrow's gotten bigger. So it shows that they were successful in like building a new community. Like Hazel was a good leader. He got them there.
Yeah.
And, with the help of his brother, obviously, and Bigwig. But I agree. I thought it was cool, man. I don't know if you guys have seen like a dog tear into like a smaller animal.
Yeah.
No. Dude, the way they predicted it with the rabbit was like pretty fucking spot on.
Yeah.
I've seen dogs tear into like possums and like rats and shit. They fucking just fucking tear them up, dude. It's fucked up. But I guess they filmed when they're filming the movie, they brought in actual rabbits and recorded rabbits to try and like see what their movements are and how they acted, and then use that to do their like animations, I guess. Like mocap before mocap.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty sweet.
Yeah, the animation in this movie was great, especially for it being, 78.
Yeah. But should we get into our interesting facts? You guys got any interesting facts? I got a few.
Pop them off.
All right. So the movie was made on a budget of 2.4 million, and it made back they made 3.5 million. So I guess it had a gross of $1 million, but as we've learned by doing this pod, that's usually not an indicator that it made too much money. What I do think is interesting though, that even though this wasn't like a big like monetary success, like after this they still made a TV series which is like 30 something episodes long, and they made another TV series most recently on like BBC and Netflix within the last 10 years. So I guess like this book has some type of cultural relevance because it keeps getting produced. And I think I saw they made like a graphic novel version of it, which is interesting, or a graphic novel about the making of the movie. So I thought it's pretty cool.
The original movie, like the 78 movie?
Down. Yeah.
Nice.
Or they made a picture, cool. I don't know. They made a book about the making of the movie, which I thought was pretty interesting.
Nice.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I could understand why though, because I think the book itself is like a really good piece of, from what I've seen and what I'm reading, it sounds like it's a really great piece of literature. And so I could understand that this is one of those stories that's going to be like constantly told over time, because it's good literature, like it's just good writing, good story, and all that nice stuff.
Did watching this movie make you guys interested in the book?
Yeah.
I'm thinking if they have it on audiobook, maybe I'll give it a listen. Because admittedly I like the movie. I thought it was I didn't know what to expect, and I was pleasantly surprised by what we saw. I guess my homie Ebert, He believed that the realism of the movie didn't match the animation of the soft edge and odd. He thought it was soft. The animation was soft edged, oddly, and like a cartoon.
Like a cartoon. It was a fucking cartoon. What the hell
My
is that
brother
guy
in
saying?
Christ. He was watching a cartoon.
The guy's a contrarian, dude. It's the homie Ebert. What do you want me to tell you?
Get your
I
boy,
don't
dog.
know. Yeah.
Oh, so remember I said in the beginning how it arguably traumatized a generation. So I guess in 2016, the BBC Channel 5 broadcasted this movie on fucking Easter, dude. A movie where fucking rabbits just get like viciously murdered and shit.
Power move by the BBC.
I know.
Fucking
They knew what they
wild.
were doing. You don't think they didn't knew? They knew.
And I guess Hubley, the only thing that he did that kind of stood in the film was the fable scene. So like the beginning, the like
Mm,
creation
okay.
story, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, that's pretty much all I got. That the story was based in Hampshire, England.
This was the first animated movie to be presented in Dolby stereo in theaters.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
cool. Damn. First animated movie to be in Dolby, huh?
Yeah.
I mean, I was listening to it on my Dolby system, and I mean, I didn't hear much of a difference, but
I mean, the atmosphere in this movie was fantastic.
it
Like,
was really good.
It felt like you were like
In a
the
forest?
woods or in the
Yeah.
forest. Yeah. Like all the sounds and the rabbit chirps whenever they were in the burrows. Like it was very atmospheric when it came to, you know, the soundscapes. I know you're both familiar with Skrillex.
Yeah.
Did he get his record label name from this?
Is this record label called Watership
Ausla.
Down?
It's Ausla.
Oh,
Oh,
crazy.
is
I've never
Ausla an actual term for something? The name Oslo is a reference to the Richard Adams fantasy novel Watership Down, in which it refers to a governing caste in a society of an anthropomorphic rabbits.
Nice.
Oh yeah, I guess he came up with the name.
Who, Skrillex?
Adams.
Well, no,
Oh.
Adams did the
I was
book.
like, what the fuck?
The book is
Yes,
the originator
Skrillex
of the
wrote
name.
the book.
I guess he must be a big fan, or he was a big fan of the cartoon. I mean, he looks like a mad edgelord, so
True.
it's all Skrillex.
Is this an Edgelord movie? I don't think this is an Edgelord movie.
Well, maybe because
It's
it's
a
like
deep cut for sure.
Yeah, anything that's a cool
Yeah, that's
classic
true.
is like, oh, dude, you like fucking Pinocchio, dude? Have you never seen Watership Down? I don't watch that pussy shit.
Yeah, I can
Hell
see
yeah.
that.
I'm gonna
Oh, you
tell
know,
any child that from now on.
Like,
You
what's
guys
your
like
favorite
Toy Story?
Toy
You ever
Story?
seen Watership Down?
I didn't know your mom was raising you to be a little bitch.
God damn.
Fucking start us off. What's your review, man? What do you give it?
I give this a B.
Nice.
Yeah, I really like the story. I think I enjoyed it more than I thought I was. In the beginning, I was a little bit iffy about it, but going through the whole everything that they went through, it's definitely like a wild adventure. I enjoyed the acting for what it was. I mean, this came out 78, so the acting isn't, to me, it didn't feel like on par with amazing movies that we see now. But I think for the time and what it was, and I think I really enjoyed all the voice acting. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the animation of it. It told like a really good adult style story of like survival, and I felt it. I felt it in my heart and my soul. So I give this a B.
Nice. A B. Solid score. Solid score. What about you, Twan?
I'm around the same range. I gave it a B minus. Like Saya, really did not know what to expect going into this. I mean, I guess I thought it was going to be a lot crazier than it was, but I still enjoyed it, even though it was a bit dialed back from my initial expectations. It had a lot of good qualities to it. Like we were talking about it a little earlier, but like the sound design of the movie was nice. It made you feel like you were in that I guess that scenario, that area, that that forest. That yeah, the animation was cool. For its time, obviously, it's not nothing like crazy like how animation is now, but for its time, it was really it was well done. The adult themes and the viciousness and the animated gore was a nice touch. I wish more kids movies were like this because then I would watch them more. But yeah, it was a cool movie. I try not to like go into movies with like this predisposition of like either liking it or not liking it, but I couldn't help myself. I was like, fuck, I'm not gonna enjoy this movie just from the beginning. But it surprised me. It's a good watch. I don't know who I would recommend this to. It's definitely like a niche kind of movie. If you know about it, you know about it. If you don't, check it out if you want to. If you're looking to watch a like a good story, a good animated story, give it a shot. But yeah, B minus. Good movie overall. I liked it.
Yeah, I'm right there with both of you. I gave it a B minus as well. Talking over it with you guys, made me realize that I might give it a little on the higher B minus side, maybe a low B. I did watch this movie, admittedly, like pretty tired. I didn't get much sleep that night, and I just finished editing last week's episode. So, and then I jumped right into this one. But I really liked it. Like, I was very surprised where the story went, especially starting off with the like creation scene. I was like, "What the fuck is this?" Because as we said at the beginning, like the trailer for this movie is wild.
Yeah,
like it is crazy. It's like 3.5 minutes long, and it just shows like all the crazy action scenes and like all the high octane stuff. So you're kind of like, oh shit, like what's gonna go on this movie? But I thought it was pretty well balanced. As all of you said, I think the voice acting was pretty good. The atmosphere of it did bring the forest to life. The way the animals moved within the scenes themselves, I thought they did a good job of recreating like what a rabbit would do. So I thought it was really good. B minus. It was a cool movie. I don't know who I'd recommend it to because it is like, although I enjoyed the animation, it is 1978 animation, and like it's not on par with anything that was made like after the 90s. But I understand why it kind of has maintained its like cult following and has also been remade a couple times because the story is pretty good, and I am interested to see like how much deeper it goes, especially since it has those like weird trippy kind of like otherworldly aspects of it that are where I'm pretty sure the movie only touched the surface of. But yeah, B minus. So that puts us pretty much on par with what Rotten Tomatoes has it as a 78%.
Okay.
And IMDb has it at a 7.6. So we got a B minus from me, a B minus from Twan, and a B from Saya. Pretty good movie, man. I mean, it was different, but I enjoyed it. I was pleasantly surprised. I think this is one of the first movies that I think other than like that I had like no idea what the fuck we were gonna watch, and I was like, hey, that was pretty cool. I'm glad I watched that. I'm glad I could say I watched it because it's a pretty cool. It's different than pretty much any animated film I've seen, especially with a PG rating.
Yeah, I agree.
Definitely
that's
not
why
a PG movie.
That's why I feel like it's hard to narrow down like who would you recommend this to, because it is a PG rated movie, but the story is like pretty heavy.
PG-13.
Good ass story.
Yeah,
that's a good story. It's a great adventure, man. It's really good. They did a good job. All right, should we hit it? Wheel time.
Wheel.
The wheel spinning.
Wheel.
Spin this shit. Oh, 30 seconds of agony.
Oh god.
My god. What's it gonna be?
Oh, I thought it was spinning the complete opposite way. No. Oh, why is it changing like the direction that it's spinning?
Super Troopers.
Super Troopers it is.
Fuck yeah, that's a good one.
The wheel has spoken.
That's awesome. Thank you, Wheel.
Bunch of B pluses coming next week, guys.
And if you want to add to the wheel, or if you want to just have any suggestions, you can send us an email or a comment on any of our social media posts, and we'll add to the wheel for you.
Yes, please. The wheel needs to be fed. She is a hungry bitch. All right, guys. Thank you for joining us this week as we covered Watership Down. We got a B from Saya, B- from me, and a B- from Twan. Definitely recommend this movie. Give it a watch, guys. It's a pretty underrated animated film. Just a quick reminder, if you want to support the pod, you can give a little donation if you click the link at the bottom. If you can't donate, that's totally cool with us. We love making the pod. We love having you guys join us every week. So please come back next week. Give us a follow on all our social medias. We got Twitter /X, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Threads? Question mark?
Soon to be. I haven't set it up yet.
Soon to be Threads. That's all of them, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your mother.
And your mother. Find our MySpace, man. Your mom goes to college. All right. Well, as always, I've been your host, the Dale, followed by my two co-hosts, Mr. Saya.
Adios.
And Twan.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us, guys. Bye.